defenders. The no-look behind to Sean Livingston right there.
This is the old better be lucky than good play, because Steph was trying to drive. LeBron came over.
He was getting ready to try to do a fancy shot.
Steph had flashbacks to 2016, said, no, sir, no, sir. And Sean Livingston, what do you have? What do you call him? Stretch Armstrong?
Stretch Armstrong, man. He's got that reach. He's right in his range too. That Ben Simmons range, 5 feet.
Yeah.
Knock it down.
You're right about that.
All right, sticking with game one for in or out. Last night, Tristan Thompson was ejected for his foul on Sean Livingston, and he also kind of threw a ball at Draymond's face. CC, you in or out on Tristan being suspended for game two?
Oh, I'm out. I'm out. He didn't go after Livingston's head. He hit him up by
head.
Draymond. The first one on the shot.
Okay, got it.
He didn't hit him up by his shoulder. Didn't go after his head. That's why he was thrown out. And then Draymond at the end, yeah, he wanted the ball and everything. That's what Tristan said. Draymond was asking for the ball, so he put it right up by his mouth because his mouth was moving. So, I'm all for that. I'm all for making it a little rough. That's the way the Cavs can win.
I think that it didn't matter because the game was out of hand, but throwing Tristan out didn't make any sense. I think the ref had a bad angle.
He thought he hit him in the head.
He thought he elbowed him in the head, and
yes.
he was just a regular contest on a closeout. The Draymond thing's tricky because of this. He's trying to push the ball in his face, but the ball slips out and he ends up almost hitting him in the face. A punch does get you suspended. I think the NBA will look at this and realize he wasn't trying to throw a punch, so I'm out.
But you have to realize, the NBA players aren't too physical. A little slap towards the face, that's a punch for them.
Okay, well.
Nick, you're old tough guy.
Tickle in football. Ooh, do you tickle my face?
Yeah. And then they talking about meet me outside. No, I want to go outside.
And by the way, Kevin Love also, he was walking onto the court before the scuffle started. So people are wondering, is he going to be suspended? I'd be shocked if either of these guys are suspended for game two.
All right, last night LeBron took a charge from Kevin Durant. Well, it was a charge, and then it wasn't a charge. Refs took a look, overturned it. Nick, you in or out on a charge call against KD being reversed?
I'm out because they reviewed something that they're not allowed to review. They're going to say they reviewed whether or not LeBron was in the charge zone. He was 2 or 3 feet outside of the charge zone. They reviewed the play because 2 refs had conflicting information. One thought it was a block, one thought it was a charge. You're not allowed to do that. So I'm out. And by the way, I also think that was a charge. You're allowed to move in the NBA. You don't have to be set. It's not college basketball.
Nick, you're right. They're not going to admit that. They're going to say that's the reason why they went to it, and they're going to say that Tony Brothers had a better call on it, and over his call superseded the call of Maurer on the baseline there. So I'm out. I'm totally out. That was a great read by LeBron. Should have been a charge. KD can't shoot the ball with his left hand, so LeBron read exactly where he was going to go.
All right, moving on. Steph Curry did his thing the way he always does, scored 29 points, 5 3-pointers, also dished out 9 assists. CC, you in or out on Steph being the most important Warrior in game one last night?
Absolutely. I got to be in. I mean, Steph was clutch for them. His ability to be able to play make too when they either trapped him or they had a quick switch to create offense for other players, not turning the ball over, a lot more careful than we've seen Steph with the ball. And he wasn't a liability on defense, kept himself in good position and didn't get himself into foul trouble.
See, I am all the way out on this. Steph was not even one of the 3 most important Warriors last night. You know who they were? Ken Maurer, Tony Brothers, Ed Malloy. Those are the 3 most important Warriors last night. Whether it was Kevin Durant on the clean strips repeatedly that he got free throws for, whether or not it was this absurdity that changed the game. Nah, man. The most important Warriors were wearing stripes instead of Warriors jerseys. Ken Maurer, Tony Brothers, Ed Malloy. Steph played great, though.
All right, LeBron James.
So you're right, Chris.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. I mean, if I'm really trying to say to the spirit of the question, you're right, but I made my own rules.
LeBron became the first player to score 50 in a finals game since the player he's often compared to, MJ, Michael Jordan. Nick, you in or out on last night being the best playoff performance of LeBron's career?
All right, so we've said this a few times this postseason, and I disregarded it entirely to where it wasn't even a question, was this game the best playoff performance? This is the first time I've really considered it. But I'm out because I still think 45-15-5 in Boston in 2012, when LeBron had no championships, when if they lose that game, they break up the big 3 in Miami, and LeBron's career is entirely different because it would have been the 2010 semi-meltdown in Boston, the 2011 full meltdown in Dallas, and then to lose to Boston again. So this, to me, is second best performance, but I'm out.
Nick, I got to disagree with you. I know you are the LeBron historian of late, but I've been on LeBron's corner since he was 14 years old. And the reason why was when that Boston game, you know what LeBron was chasing in? He was striving for greatness. Isn't that what he says?
Yep.
He was striving for greatness. You know what he's striving for now? Man, I want to be the GOAT. And last night, with the gun, and with all odds against him in game number 1, that was the best performance by LeBron James in the playoff. 50 against possibly the best team that we've ever seen with championships. Chasing after Michael Jordan. It's important.
Okay, let's look ahead.
Oh, you weren't going to disagree with that.
Game 2 of the finals, slated for Sunday night. CC, it's a simple one. You in or out on the Cavs winning Game 2?
I'm out. Gotta be out. Gotta be out. It's hard to bounce back. Now, as my man sat right here and told us, I'm looking for JR to apologize behind the scenes to these teammates because they need to get that situation right before they can go back onto the court. I believe winning on Sunday is going to be tougher than what they did. Kind of caught them off guard. I believe the Warriors adjust. I'm out, Nick.
I am also out. They're 12.5-point dogs. They were 12-point dogs in this game, so they're even bigger underdogs. You can't expect LeBron to go for 50 points again. But I do want to tell the audience, there is one reason to have a glimmer of hope if you're rooting for the Cavs and what Ty Lue should be reminding the team. They once suffered a bigger stomach punch in a Game 1 against Golden State. 2015.
Yes.
Why was it a bigger stomach punch? Because Kyrie Irving broke his kneecap at the end of that basketball game. They lose in overtime, and they lose Kyrie Irving. They already didn't have Kevin Love. What did they do in Game 2? They went to Oracle and won that game in overtime. They then also won Game 3 before the Warriors got it together. So there is a precedent for the Cavs to get stomach punched and come back in Game 2 and win.
Am I reading you right? You're telling me Chris get on the plane and go to Golden State and bust JR's knees?
No,
okay.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay,
I'm not saying that at all.
I hear a Galooly in there somewhere.
No, I'm not saying do that. What I am saying is there is a precedent for it. I just don't think they're going to be able to do it.
All right, let's take a break there. Coming up, we're Draymond's antics out of bounds. Next on First Things First.
Did someone on the show call him a punk earlier? Because that's a little rude on television.
The blade quality you'd expect from Gillette.